or workbook, as I remember. Let's see. Okay, so this is lesson B. Lesson B. Okay, so, well, the first exercise, we have a crossword puzzle. So what we're going to do, we're going to complete it with the words, I mean, parts of the body. So we're going to start with, let's see. Yes, let's start with down, okay, down.
Okay.
So number 1, what is it?
Is head.
Number 6.
Neck.
Neck. Okay, number 8.
Chest.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry because, okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Number 8.
Chest.
Chest. Okay, number 9.
Arm.
Arm. 5.
Elbow.
Elbow. Number 3.
Wrist.
Wrist. Number 10.
Leg.
And 2.
Foot. Foot.
Foot. Okay. Now let's move to across. Okay, number 2.
Face.
6.
Nose.
4.
Shoulder.
11.
Thumb.
7.
Back.
9.
Ankle.
Okay. Now let's move to the exercise B. In exercise B says, circle the correct words and complete the sentences. Example number 1, I can't move. I hurt my back. So number 2, it's hard to walk. I broke my
Leg.
leg. Okay, number 3, Luis, can you read it, please?
Okay. I cut my face. It hurts to smile.
Yes, number 4.
I sprained my wrist, so it's hard to write.
Yes, number 5.
It hurts to wear high heels. I broke my toe.
Number 6.
I got a black eye. I can see clearly.
Number 7.
I can bend my arm. I hurt my elbow.
Yes, number 8.
It hurts to wash dishes. I cut my hand.
Number 9.
I hurt my neck. I can turn my head.
Number 10.
I broke my nose. It's hard to breathe.
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 Okay, now let's move to exercise 2. It says, how did you hurt yourself? Look at the pictures and the answers and write questions. Example number 1. How did she hurt herself? When she was making tea, she burned her hand. So number 2, Luis.
How did you hurt yourself? When we were running, I fell and sprained my ankle.
Ankle. Number 3.
How did they hurt themselves? They hurt their backs when they were lifting some heavy boxes.
Yes, number 4.
How did he cut himself? He was chopping vegetables for dinner when he cut his finger.
Correct. Okay, exercise 3 says complete the conversation. Write the questions using the past continuous. So we have Mom and Alicia. So let me see. Okay, well, I'm gonna be Alicia and you're going to be Mom. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's begin.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Well, I hurt myself. A ball I kicked hit me in the head.
Oh no, what were you doing?
Well, I was playing soccer with some friends. I was looking in the other direction.
Why were you looking in the other direction?
Well, I was looking at a guy. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
Who were you looking at?
This really cute guy named Jason.
Was he playing with you?
No, he wasn't playing with us. He was just standing there
Where was he standing?
in front of the field. He was talking on the phone. Anyway, I kicked the ball and the ball hit Jason and then it hit me.
That's terrible.
Not really. Now I have a date. I have a date with him on Saturday. Yes. These words are in the incorrect order. Okay, Luis, so questions with your homework?
No, teacher.
Let me, just let's review a little bit.
Okay.
Let me look for an exercise. Okay, here. Okay, here we have some sentences. It says complete each sentence with the correct reflexive pronoun. For example, one, I'm sorry, Akiko. You'll have to go to class
Yourself?
by what?
Yourself?
Yes. Okay, continue, Luis, number two.
I enjoyed myself at the party.
Yes, number three.
Karen stayed at home last night by herself.
Number four.
My mother and father paint the garden fence themselves.
Number five.
Lucas likes to learn English by himself.
Himself. Okay, number six.
The dog came home by itself.
Yes, number seven.
He Cheng and Jane, please
Mhm.
come in and make themselves at home.
Now imagine that you're talking directly to them. You're saying, please come in and make.
Ourselves.
No, you're talking directly to them. You're saying, please come in, make. Mhm. Imagine that they are your friends. You're talking to your friends. Come in, make
Yourselves
yourselves
at home.
at home. That's plural, yourselves at home.
Okay.
Okay, number eight.
We helped ourselves to the coffee.
Yes, number nine.
The computer switched itself off.
Yes, number 10.
The children can decorate the Christmas tree be themselves
By,
by themselves.
by themselves. Okay, questions, please, about the reflexive pronouns.
No, teacher.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, Luis. So, well, I think you're gonna be the only one. I don't know what's going on with Damaris. She's never this late. Okay, we did this part last week. Okay, so today we're gonna start with the lesson C. As you know, lesson C, it's about conversation strategy. And this is reacting to a story. It says, use the next words to write a short story about what happened to Matt. Well, in this lesson, we're going to listen to a conversation. This is a conversation between Matt and Emily. But the first thing we're going to do, Luis, first of all, I want you to cover your conversation. Okay, don't look at the conversation, or you can even close your books. Okay, something like that. So don't look at your book, your
Okay.
student book. So the first activity we're going to do, Luis, you are going to create a short story. And I want you to use the words that we have here. For example, Mexican food, burned, dropped, ran, restaurant, serve, dinner. We have these words. So once again, I want you to create a story Using these words, the story obviously is going to be in the simple past. It says, use the next words to write a short story about what happened to Matt. So these words, we're gonna see them in our conversation. But first of all, I want you to create a short story. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 words. You can use all of them, or you can use at least 4 of them. Okay, Luis?
Okay.
Just a short paragraph, okay? So I'm gonna give you, how much time do you need, Luis? 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
5.
5 minutes. Okay, Luis, you have 5 minutes. A short story, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead. I'm gonna start counting the time. It's 4:55, okay, 4:50 at 5 p.m. You have 5 minutes. You have 2 minutes. 1 minute, Luis. Okay, are you ready, Luis?
No.
Something short, Luis. A short paragraph.
Okay, ready.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Luis. Tell me your story.
Um, when I was making the dinner for my family, I made Mexican food. I served dinner when I burned myself and I dropped food all over the kitchen.
Wow, that's really good, Luis. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's really good. Okay, Luis, well, let's move to the student book. Lesson C. Okay, here we are, page 90. Yes, funny. Well, conversation strategy, as I said before, it's about reacting to a story. Letter A, can you choose the best responses to the anecdote? Check boxes. Okay, person A says, one time I arrived an hour early for dinner at my boss's house. I got the time wrong and he was taking a shower. So let's check the answers and you're gonna tell me which ones are the correct ones. Okay, if I say, oh, that's funny, what do you think? Is it correct or not?
Mm, no.
No. Once again, pay attention. One time I arrived an hour early for dinner at my boss's house. I got the time wrong as taking a shower. Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Put a check. Second option. Yeah, good.
No.
No. Number 3. How embarrassing.
Yes.
Yes. And the last one. That sounds nice.
No.
No. Okay, so we have 2 responses. Now we're going to listen to this conversation. We have Emily and Matt. It says, now listen. What happened to Matt? So first of all, pay attention to the picture. Let's think about the place. Tell me, where do you think they are?
In a kitchen.
They're in a kitchen. Okay, what are they doing?
Um, they are cooking.
They are Well, here Matt is going to tell a story. I'm going to play the audio, so you're going to listen it and you're going to follow the conversation in your book. Okay, Luis?
Okay,
Let
teacher.
me look for the audio.
Page 90.
Okay, listen.
Lesson C. That's really funny. 1. Conversation strategy. React to a story. A. Now listen. What happened to Matt? I was making Mexican for a bunch of people one time.
Oh, I love Mexican.
Anyway, everything was ready, and I picked up this big pot of rice, burned myself, and I dropped it right in the middle of the floor, upside down.
Oh, no.
I freaked.
Oh, I bet.
So I just ran out to the restaurant down the street, bought some rice, put it in a bowl.
And no one even noticed.
They did. I was only gone for 5 minutes.
That's really funny.
Okay, so what happened to Matt, Luis?
He burned himself
Uh-huh.
and he dropped it right in the middle of the floor upside down.
And then?
He ran out the restaurant, down the street,
Uh-huh.
bought some rice, put it in a bowl and served dinner.
Yes. So he didn't have to cook at the end. Okay, Luis, well, let's practice this conversation together. You're going to be Matt, I'm going to be Emily, okay?
Okay.
So let's begin.
I was making Mexican food for a bunch of people on one time.
Oh, I love Mexican.
Anyway, everything was ready, and I picked up this big pot of rice, and I burned myself, and I dropped it right in the middle of the floor upside down.
Oh, no.
I freaked.
Oh, I bet.
So anyway, I just ran out the restaurant down the street, bought some rice, put it in a bowl, and served dinner.
I bet no one even noticed.
They didn't. I was only gone for 5 minutes.
That's really funny. Okay, now let's switch roles. I'm going to be Matt and you're going to be Emily. Okay, so let's begin.
Okay.
I was making Mexican food for a bunch of people one time.
Oh, I love Mexican.
Anyway, everything was ready and I picked up this big pot of rice and I burned myself and I dropped it right in the middle of the floor upside down.
Oh no.
I freaked.
Oh, I bet.
So anyway, I just ran out of the restaurant down the street, bought some rice, put it in a bowl and served dinner.
I bet no one even noticed.
They didn't. I was only gone for 5 minutes.
That's really funny.
Excellent. Okay, well, if you pay attention here during the conversation, well, Matt is telling a story, and as you can see, Emily is using some expressions to react to that story. Okay, can you tell me the expressions that you find in which she is reacting to the story, to Matt's story?
I love Mexican.
Yes, I love Mexican, okay.
Oh
Another?
no.
Oh no, yes. Another one?
Oh, I bet.
I bet. Another one?
That's really funny.
That's really funny. Okay, so here we have these expressions. Well, and here it says we have a part that says notice. Notice how Emily reacts to Matt's story and she comments on the things he says to show she's interested and listening. So as you can see, we're going to use these expressions in order to show that you are listening, you are paying attention to that person and you are interested in the conversation. Now let's do the exercise B. It says read the story below and the comments on the right. For each part of the story, choose a comment. Practice telling the story and commenting with a partner. We have an example. Number 1. I was working as a server at Pierre's last year. Letter C. Oh, I hear it's a nice place. Okay, Luis, so now you're going to continue. Let's match from number 2 to number 5, please.
Okay. Finish.
You finish.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see number 2, Luis.
Yeah, it's a fancy place with sofas and everything. Letter D. It sounds expensive.
3,
Well, it's not cheap. Anyway, I was serving coffee to this guy one day, and I spilled it all over his suit.
suit,
Suit.
suit.
Letter A. Oh no, I bet he was upset.
Number 4
Yeah, but wait. Then I found out the guy was Pierre. You're kidding? The owner?
and 5.
Yeah, and he was pretty mad, but he didn't fire me. Letter B. That was lucky.
Excellent, Luis. Correct. Okay, well now in the next page, the exercise 2, we have the strategy plus. It says, I bet. Okay, can you read this information, please, Luis?
Okay. You can start a statement with I bet when you are pretty sure about something. I served dinner. I bet no one even noticed.
You will notice.
You can also use I bet as a response to show you understand a situation. I freaked. I bet.
Okay, correct. Let me see. I think I have some examples about that part. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go back here. Oh, yes. But here I have some examples. I mean, I have just 3 short conversations in which we're using I bet. Okay, we're gonna do this, Luis. You're going to be the person A, I'm going to be the person B, right? Let's begin.
Okay. I'm so enjoyed,
And
annoyed with my sister. She didn't wait for me after school.
I bet.
I went camping with my friends last weekend. We had a great time. The weather was nice and it was amazing.
I bet you were really happy.
I had a busy day at work. I had three meetings and I didn't have time for lunch.
I bet you're tired and hungry. Yes. So as you can see, we're saying I bet in a way to show that you understand, that you agree, okay, to the person. I bet it's similar, for example, when you say, I know, I think. For example, I'm so annoyed with my sister. She didn't wait for me after school. And I said, I know, or I think, I guess, okay? Here, I went camping with my friends last weekend. We had a great time. The weather was nice and it was amazing. I think you were really happy. I guess you were really happy, okay? I had a busy day at work. I had three meetings and I didn't have time for lunch. I think you are tired and hungry, or I guess you're tired and hungry. So it's like similar, okay, to those expressions. So do you understand with these examples, Luis?
Yes.
Yes. So let me see. Give me a second. I think Jesus is coming. So, and it's 5:20. It's late. So in a moment. Okay, we're gonna do this part with exercise A says choose a response from the box for each story below. Can you think of other responses? Then compare with a partner. So here we have three short conversations. What you're going to do, you're going to complete the responses with one of the expressions that you have in the box. Okay, Luis?
Okay.
So let's do it, please. Just let me look for, oh, where is Jesus? I lost him. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see, what is he? Where is Jesus?
Ready?
Ready. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's begin with the number one. So give me a second. Are you here, Jesus? Or not yet?
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon. Yes.
Hi, good afternoon. You are late, Jesus. What's going on with you?
Oh, very late.
Yeah.
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, 45 minutes late, Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, let me check this exercise with Luis. We're doing this
Okay.
exercise today. So, okay, Luis, can you begin, please? Number one.
A friend of mine was staying at a hotel one time and she was walking back to her room in the dark and she fell in the pool. I bet she was really embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Okay, number two.
I got on a plane one time and fell asleep right away. And, when I woke up, I realized I was on the wrong flight. Oh, I bet you were surprised.
Right. And number three.
I was on a trip with my parents a few years ago, where We were flying home. Anyway, we got to the airport and I realized my passport was still at the hotel. Oh no, I bet your parents weren't too happy.
Okay, correct. Okay, now let's work with the exercise B. It says choose one of the stories above and add details to continue it. Then work with a partner. Take turns telling your stories and responding with I bet. Well, according to this, you have to continue with one of these stories. I mean, you have to add more information to some of them. But let's do it in a different way. I want you to think about a story, a real story, something that happened to you. It could be something funny, it could be something embarrassing, okay? Think about a story, something like this. A short paragraph, I mean like these ones. It could be like 2 or 3 lines, okay? Think of a short story and then you're going to practice together. One of you is going to say the story and the other one is going to react using expression with I bet. Okay, so do you understand the activity?
Yes,
So try to remember something that happened to you in the past, something funny or something embarrassing, okay? And then you're going to practice with a partner. I'm gonna give you, you can do it in 3, 4 minutes, I guess,
yes.
right? Okay, so let's do it, please.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready, Jesus?
30 seconds, please, teacher.
What?
Give me a second.
Okay,
30.
okay. Yes.
Ready?
Ready. Okay, so let's begin with Luis, pay attention. Okay, Jesus, Luis is going to say his story and you have to react to his story using I bet in an expression. For example, here we have I bet you were surprised. I bet it was embarrassing. I bet that you were happy or you weren't happy. Something like that, according to his story. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin, Luis, please.
One time when I was at school, I had classes at 7 a.m. and I fell asleep until 10 a.m.
Okay, Jesus.
Oh, I bet it was really embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Do you think so?
Yes.
Embarrassing? Not exactly.
Oh, I bet you were surprised.
I bet you were surprised. Yes, maybe. Okay, now it's your turn, Jesus. Tell your story and Luis is going to react.
Okay. I remember that I was in a restaurant when I was 10 years. Um, so I ordered tostadas. Then I tried to eat with a fork.
Uh-huh.
After that, they fell off.
After that, they what?
They fell off.
Okay, can you repeat again? You said that you were trying to eat your tostadas with a fork?
Yes, and after that, they fell off.
Ah, the tostadas.
Yes,
Okay, so Luis,
Oh no, I bet. That's terrible.
that was,
That was terrible.
oh yes.
yes, because it was yes. The they fell on the floor.
Yes,
Yes, they fell on the floor. They fell on the floor. Okay, guys, well, now let's move to the exercise 3. We have a listening activity. It says, listen to the stories and which comment goes with which story, number the comments. So you're gonna listen to 4 different stories and you're going to number the comments, okay? We have, oh no, that's terrible. I bet that's amazing. Oh, that's funny. And oh, I bet that was boring. Okay, so listen to the stories and you're going to match each of them with the correct answer. Okay, let's
Okay.
play the audio.
Page 91.
Okay, listen.
3. Listening. Funny stories. A. Listen to the stories. Which comment goes with which story? Number the comments. 1.
Did I tell you my cell phone story? No. What happened? Well, my husband and I have matching cell phones. They look exactly the same because we got them at the same time. Right. So one day I took his cell by mistake, just threw it into my purse. And later at the office, I needed to talk to him about something, so I called his cell. You called from your office phone? Yeah. And while I was waiting for him to answer, I heard the cell phone in my purse. It was ringing, and I thought, oh, who's that? So I got it out and said, hello? No. And then I realized it was me. I was calling myself.
2. You know, I went to a movie yesterday. Yeah? Well, I was waiting in line for a ticket and trying to decide which movie to see. And I started talking to a guy behind me. And he said, you should see this movie, Stories from France. It's great. Huh, I don't know that one. I didn't either, but I thought, okay, that sounds good. So I went to that one. Well, it was a French movie. I mean, it was all in French, and I didn't understand a word. It didn't have English subtitles? No. And there were about 15 people on my left, 15 people on my right. The guy next to me was asleep, and so I had to stay and watch the whole movie. 3.
Did I ever tell you about sending my sister a birthday card? No. Well, she lives in England, so I bought a card and sent it, like 3 weeks early. Yeah? But then I forgot about it, and a couple of days before her birthday, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to send Liz a birthday card. So I got one and mailed it. Another one? Yes. Anyway, she called me and said, do you know you sent me 2 cards? And you know what? I sent her exactly the same card with the same message both times. I'm sure she thinks I'm crazy.
4. Did you know I lost my credit card? No. Yeah, I lost it when I was out cycling or something. But anyway, my statement came last week, and I was checking it, and I saw a charge for $1,200. $1,200? Yeah, and I knew, I didn't buy anything for $1,200, so I called the credit card company. Uh-huh. What did they say? Somebody used my card. They bought a plane ticket with it to Australia.
Mm. Okay, do you have the answers or do you want to listen again?
I can't hear the audio, okay, teacher?
Do you want to listen again?
Yes.
Page 91.
Okay, here we go.
Listening. Funny stories. A. Listen to the stories. Which comment goes with which story? Number the comments. 1.
Did I tell you my cell phone story? No. What happened? Well, my husband and I have matching cell phones. They look exactly the same because we got them at the same time. Right. So one day I took his cell by mistake, just threw it into my purse. And later at the office, I needed to talk to him about something, so I called his cell. You called from your office phone? Yeah. And while I was waiting for him to answer, I heard the cell phone in my purse. It was ringing, and I thought, oh, who's that? So I got it out and said, hello? No. And then I realized it was me. I was calling myself.
2. You know, I went to a movie yesterday. Yeah? Well, I was waiting in line for a ticket and trying to decide which movie to see. And I started talking to a guy behind me. And he said, you should see this movie, Stories from France. It's great. Huh, I don't know that one. I didn't either, but I thought, okay, that sounds good. So I went to that one. Well, it was a French movie. It was all in French, and I didn't understand a word.
It didn't have English subtitles?
No. And there were about 15 people on my left, 15 people on my right. The guy next to me was asleep, and so I had to stay and watch the whole movie. 3.
Did I ever tell you about sending my sister a birthday card? No. Well, she lives in England, so I bought a card and sent it, like 3 weeks early. Yeah? But then I forgot about it, and a couple of days before her birthday, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to send Liz a birthday card. So I got one and mailed it. Another one? Yes. Anyway, she called me and said, Do you know you sent me 2 cards? And you know what? I sent her exactly the same card with the same message both times. I'm sure she thinks I'm crazy.
4. Did you know I lost my credit card? No. Yeah, I lost it when I was out cycling or something. But anyway, my statement came last week, and I was checking it, and I saw a charge for $1,200. $1,200? Yeah, and I knew, I didn't buy anything for $1,200, so I called the credit card company. Uh-huh. What did they say? Somebody used my card. They bought a plane ticket with it to Australia.
Okay, so are you ready now?
Yes.
So let's see for number 1, what's correct comment?
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Number 2?
I bet that was boring.
Yes. Number 3?
Oh no, that's terrible.
I bet that's amazing.
That's amazing. And number 4?
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yes. Well, in part B, you have to listen again and think of a different comment of each story. Well, you listen to this audio twice. So for number 1, you're saying, oh, that's funny. Can you think of another response for this one? Another answer? Instead of saying that's funny, another one similar.
That was too happy.
That was too happy. No,
That was crazy.
that was crazy. Or you can use I bet, Luis. Okay, your answer is correct, Jesus. For you, Luis, you mentioned happy. You can use I bet. I bet you. You said happy. I bet you.
You was?
You was. Is it correct? You was.
You were?
You were. I bet you were happy. Oh, that was crazy, as Jesus said. Okay, so completing number 1. We're in exercise 3. Okay, number 2, we have, oh, I bet that was boring. Another comment. Another comment, guy. Hmm? Think of a different one. You have, I bet that was boring. Another comment similar to that one.
I bet that was terrible.
I bet that was terrible. Yes, correct. Let's see, number 3, you said, I bet that's amazing. Another one?
I bet that's crazy.
Okay. And number 4, oh no, that's terrible.
That's, oh no, that's too bad.
That's too bad. Yes, correct. Excellent. Okay, so, well, with this exercise, we're finishing with the lesson C. Well, lesson C, as you can see, was pretty short. It was only conversation strategy, how to react to a story. So as you can see, we're using these expressions that you already know, like that's terrible, that's funny, that's amazing, that's good, that's cool, etc. And we're using this expression, I bet, and you can use I bet with this expression. I bet that's amazing. I bet that's terrible. Or I bet you were surprised. I bet you were happy. I bet you were bored. and things like that. So this was the lesson C. So do you have questions about this part, guys?
No, teacher.
No? So this time, well, we have 20 minutes left. So let me see. I think I have another exercise. Okay, so we're going to continue with the lesson B. Okay, in lesson B, well, as you already know, well, we have a reading. We're going to read an article. Lesson B, it's called Good Things Happen. So before moving to lesson B, we're going to do these activities. Okay, activity 1 or letter A. Make a list of good things that happened to you recently. Okay, so let's do just activity A. Make a list of good things that happened to you recently. So I want you to think of 3 or 4 good things that happens to you recently and write it down, okay, on a piece of paper, and then you're going to share, yes, your list. So let's do it, please. Think of 3 or 4 good things that happened to you recently. Okay, so let's do it. Are you ready?
No.
No, okay, continue. 3 or 4 things.
Ready?
Ready? Jesus, are you ready?
Yes, teacher, me too.
Yes. Okay, so let's see, please tell us, what are some good things that happened to you recently?
And the last Friday, I finished my university courses.
Okay.
I learned to make bread
Oh,
and I bought clothes.
oh, that's nice. That's really good. Luis, how about you, Jesus? Are you here, Jesus?
Yes, teacher, sorry.
Okay.
I played with my friends in the last week.
Uh-huh.
Um, a surprise in my birthday last
Uh-huh.
Saturday. And dance in the raining with my child.
Can you repeat the last one, please? I didn't hear clear.
Uh, Dance in the raining with my child.
Oh, yes. That's really amazing. I like that. Okay, well, now let's go to the student book. Let me see. Yes, we have time. Let's move to the lesson D. Da, da, dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, exercise 1A says brainstorm, make a list of all the good things that happened to you recently. Well, we already did that activity. Now let's move to the exercise B. In exercise B, we have the reading of this article. It says, read the newspaper column, what good things happened to these people. So we're gonna read about Abby, Andrea, and John, okay? And at the end, you're going to tell me what happened to these people. So this article is called Around Town, Acts of Kindness. So Luis, can you start reading, please?
Okay. A few weeks ago, I was walking to my car in the parking lot when someone came up to me and said he enjoyed reading my weekly column, but he said, "You always write about everyone's bad experience. Why don't you ask people to talk about their good experience too?" So I asked readers to write in and tell me all the good things that happened to them less recently. I got hundreds of replies.
Yes.
Here are three of them.
Okay, stop. Continue, Jesus, please. I was coming.
I was coming home from a party really late at night and I missed the last train home. I didn't have enough money for a cab and I didn't want to walk home in the dark. I was standing outside the train station and I guess I looked worried because a woman came up and asked me if I needed any help. She offered to share a cab with me and to pay for it. She said she didn't like being by herself at night either. I was so grateful.
Grateful. Okay, thank you. Let's continue, Luis.
When I was shopping at the mall last week, I lost my wallet with all my money and credit cards in it. I spent a long time looking for it with no luck. I was really upset because it had my spare house key and my address in it too. Anyway, later that day after I got home, my doorbell rang. It was a young man and he had my wallet. Apparently, he saw it on the ground when he was walking into the mall. He drove all the way to my house to give it to me. It I could believe it. I was so lucky.
Excellent. Okay, Jesus.
After class each week, I often go to the local donut shop and I get some coffee before I go home. When I was leaving the store last week, the owner gave me a bag of donuts from the day before to take home for free. She said I was a good customer and she didn't want to throw them out. When I go home, I share them with my
Roommates.
roommate.
Okay, let's finish, please, Jesus. So thank you.
Okay, so thank you for all the letters. For next week, I want to hear about any funny stories you have. What funny things happened to you recently?
Okay, excellent. Well, now you did the reading. Now let's try to understand this. Remember, in this reading, we are talking about, well, this is a newspaper column. And here we have some stories about these people. They are talking about good things that happened to them recently. So tell me, what happened to Abby Walters? In your own words, what happened to Abby? Tell me your information.
She missed the last train home,
And then,
and she didn't,
People,
uh-huh.
and she didn't have money.
Okay, that is something bad. And then what happened?
people help to her.
Someone helped her.
Yes.
Someone helped her. Okay. So how about Andrea? What happened to Andrea?
Uh,
She lost her wallet.
Uh-huh. Okay, but that is something bad. So what's a good thing that happened to her after she lost her wallet?
when she got home, her doorbell rang,
Uh-huh. And then
and young man he had her wallet.
a man had her wallet. Okay. So a guy found it, right?
Yes.
Okay, now the last person, John. What happened to John? Tell me about John. What happened to him? Uh-huh.
When he went, when he went home, the owner give him a bag of donuts.
When he went home. So he was at home when he got the bag of donuts, or was he in another place?
In another place. No, to take home.
Where was he?
Uh, in a donut shop.
At a donut shop. Yes, correct. Okay, guys. Well, now let's do the exercise. See, see the article again. Are these sentences true or false? Correct the false sentences. Well, number one, Nelson Hunter usually writes about good things that happen to people. This is false. He usually writes about bad things that happen to people. So continue, please, guys, from number 2 to number 5, and you're going to correct the false sentences. Okay, so let's do it, please. Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Are you finishing?
Nope.
Did you finish?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, guys, so let's work fast. We have just 3 minutes. Okay, number 2, Luis.
Abby Walters had to pay for a cab home when she missed her train.
Mhm.
It's false.
And the correct information is?
A woman offered to share a cab to her home when she missed her train.
Yes, correct. Number 3, Jesus.
Andrea was worried because if someone found her wallet, they could get into her house. It's true.
Correct. Number 4, Luis.
A young man found Andrea's wallet when he was leaving the mall.
Uh-huh.
It's false.
Uh-huh.
And the truth is, a young man found Andrea's wallet when he was walking into the mall.
Correct. Okay. And number 5, Jesus.
John ate the bag of donuts by himself.
Mm-hmm.
False.
Uh-huh.
Uh, the owner gave him donuts.
Now, but pay attention to the information. John ate the bag of donuts by himself. So you said one is false. Yes, it's false. What's the correct information? Uh-huh.
When John ate them with romance.
Yes, well, it says he shared them with his roommates.
Yes.
Yes, roommates. He shared the donuts with his roommates. Okay, guys, well, we're going to stop here. It's 6 o'clock. Okay, guys, well, we're going to continue tomorrow with this. So this is the lesson D. We have this reading. We're going to continue tomorrow. We're going to finish with D, and we're going to do the touchdown checkpoint. Remember, on Wednesday, we are having the exam. Okay, so your homework is going to be lesson C, pages 7 and 71. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
70 and 71 for homework, guys.